Can penile tissue shrinkage be reversed? If so, how? So I want you to think about penile tissue shrinkage the same way you would think about any type of shrinkage, whether it's because you've had a cast on your arm for a really long time, or whether it's because you've just been sitting all day for 2 years, right? So any muscle that doesn't get used as much as it should will in fact shrink. But I think the best thing to think about, and I want you to think about this in terms of your whole body, whether it's your brain function, your penile function, your heart function, your kidney function, is that everything can be improved. Cells are designed to die and be replaced by healthy cells. Tissue is designed, God designed us to kind of regenerate things. So when it comes to penile tissue, one thing that you have to keep in mind is that that thing we say, if you don't use it, you will lose it. And typically in your teenage years and in your 20s, your body has nocturnal erections, nighttime erections that are happening 5 times, 8 times a night to kind of help you pump iron. Now, I want you to think about it by the time you're in your 60s or your 50s. I want you to think of it almost like you've had a cast on your arm for a little bit of time, right? Because your body isn't getting the same amount of nocturnal erections because your testosterone levels have decreased, your movement has decreased, the amount of sleep that you're getting has decreased. And so, what we gotta do to bring blood flow back and to regenerate the tissue and to reverse penile shrinkage is to actually increase blood flow by exercising. Now, I wanna caution you, although we can get some girth back and some size back on the tissue of the penile tissue, really when it comes to testicular shrinkage, when those testicles actually start to get smaller and when they start to hang longer, there's really not a whole lot that you can do for that naturally to improve that. Now, improving blood flow to the testicles can help some. So we talked about that with testicular massages and sexual kung fu and things like that. But when it comes to penile shrinkage, it is reversible. And some of the first data that has been very clear to us that this is possible is the fact that when prostatectomy or prostate removal happens, studies are very clear that if the doctor gets the patient to start pumping almost immediately after surgery, then we can, one, retain size so that there's not shrinkage. Two, we can decrease the incidence of erectile dysfunction. And three, we can also see an improvement in some shrinkage when it comes to pumping. So you don't have to get fancy with the pump. And I say this all the time, but a nice rejuvenation strategy when it comes to your penile tissue, particularly shrinkage, should always include a basic pump. Now, a very keen, easy to use basic pump is a VacuErect. We have the link below. But also, any basic pump will kind of get you to the promised land. So I don't want you to get hung up on what pump you have to get. We currently do not stock any pumps at the DrRachael Institute because we actually did a trial run with the tidal wave and have decided that I don't want to put it up for mass sale. So at the end of the day, I think that pumping some with any type of pump is better than pumping none. Now, historically speaking, men did similar jobs by jelqing, by redistributing blood flow, by massaging upwards towards the head of the erectile tissue, by actually improving blood flow that way. Things like sexual kung fu, which we've demonstrated here using my favorite Certified Health Nuts video to demonstrate. So there are a lot of different ways to improve blood flow, but pumping is easy. It can be discreet. It's something that you can easily put into your regimen. Pumping is kind of like getting a personal trainer and getting on a regimen, one of the regimens that we've discussed here. One of the regimens that we are very clear about in our Ultimate Stiffness Bundle, whether it's the training program, the stiffness training program, the pumping is always going to be part of a rejuvenation strategy, particularly when it comes to shrinkage. So anything that's happening to you in life can in fact improve, and penile tissue shrinkage is no different. Okay?